New hat, new hair, new nails. What's going on? It's summer. That's what's going on. It's summer. It's summer. Welcome back, y'all. I've been consistent in the month of June. Can't use it against me because I've been consistent. I don't care. I don't care. But today's video. Today we're going to be talking about book recommendations, but they're YA. I like this. I'm going to be doing book recommendations for my YA readers. I have a total of, actually, let's come together because I actually don't know. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24 books. And most of these are like the first in the series, but like if it was oh wait, no. 25. I don't know why that wasn't there. 25 books. And these are all YA. Now, I do want to go ahead and mention, as I do more books, you guys are going to see more of the shelf open up, and you guys are going to see Hunger Games here. I have not read that series yet, therefore it's not on this recommendation video. You guys will also see Red Queen. I did not like the first book, which once again is why it's not on this recommendation video. I do plan on continuing the series. If the second or third book is good, I might start recommending the first book, but as of right now, I did not like the first book, so it's not going to be in this video. And I also have not read any of the books in the Hunger Games series, so those are not in this video as well. But if I had, then they most likely would be in here because a lot of people, I've only heard good things about that book series, like, seriously. But let's just go ahead and get into it. We're going to start with the big stack first. So this book is Better Than the Movies by Lynn Painter. Now, this book also has the second book. I have not read the second book yet, but the second book is Nothing Like the Movies, I believe. And y'all, you guys have probably heard this book 7,000 times, whether it's on TikTok, YouTube, Instagram. This book is everywhere. It's like the YA obsession that everybody like loves. And honestly, I was scared because usually when I go into books that everybody likes, I usually don't like them. Red Queen. But I was like, you know what? I'm gonna give it a try, and I ended up loving this so much. I don't know how long it took me to read this, but I was just enjoying it. There was so much banter. It was so cute. So basically, to explain here, Liz is neighbors with Wes, and basically they've had a feud since forever after some gnome incident. They used to be like best friends, I believe, but there was some gnome incident like 10 years ago, and then they stopped being friends. After that, it was kind of like a feud. So now it's this feud over the parking space, and the parking space is just like the ultimate parking space. So Liz's childhood crush comes back into town, and guess who's friends with her childhood crush? Wes. So she and Wes come up with this grand scheme that if her crush gets with him, if her crush gets with her, then he gets the parking space forever. And this book was so cute. I literally loved it so much. And I even got my friend to read it, and she loved it so much. So I just think that this book is the ultimate book. Like, Better Than the Movies is a great place to start in your YA journey if you haven't. Next up, we have Shatter Me by 𝙎𝙤𝙘𝙞𝙖𝙡 Mafi. Now listen, when I first read this book, I was like, okay, I don't see the hype, it's not that good. But then I went to Unravel Me and I was like, okay, great. Like, trust me, it's one of those books where the first book is like mid and you're like, oh, okay, I'm enjoying it, but it's like not extravagant, but then you go in to continue the series and it's amazing. Like, Unravel Me was great, and I need to start Ignite Me, but I'm waiting on my friend. So Shatter Me, this book, just go ahead and get into it. You might be like, okay, I don't really know. A lot of people say they don't really know, but the second book has them astonished. I believe this is one of those books you have to read at least once in your life because it's so amazing. And yeah. So basically, Shatter Me is about a girl named Juliet who has like this deathly touch. If she touches somebody, it can either physically harm them so badly to like they're in pain for days, and or to the point where they're passed out or they're unconscious for multiple days in a row, or she can kill them with just a single touch. So she's been locked in asylum after years because her parents had basically abandoned her at this asylum after, they didn't know how to control her, and her parents were horrible to her. So she's been in this asylum forever. Now in comes Adam, who is now sharing this cell with her, and then now all of a sudden there's this other dude who's trying to take her out the cell and make her his human drone. So it gets so much better. Honestly, I feel like I did this synopsis does it no justice. Like that's why I'm not reading the synopsises, because the synopsis does this book no justice, and I also like describing the books. So, but the synopsis does it no justice. I was just like, this synopsis literally. I literally before I even like got into like book talk and everything like that, I picked up Shatter Me, read the synopsis. This was before I went to books blind, but read the synopsis. I was like, I don't think I want to read this. But then I saw everybody loving it. I was like, okay, I'm gonna get it. The synopsis does it no justice, y'all. Please trust. This one's much for my people who like darker reads, because this definitely has a lot of dark themes. And this is Burn for Burn by Jenny Han and Sayobin Vivian, where basically it's about these three girls, Lila, Kat, and Mary. And basically it even tells you on the back of the synopsis, it says Lila, Kat, and Mary are not friends. Basically, these are three different girls who have the same correlation with one or two people who have basically ruined their high school experience so bad, and basically they're all trying to get revenge on these people. Now, like I said, this is definitely for much more darker audiences, like who likes darker reads, but it's YA, but it's kind of dark because it takes a really dark turn around midway. But it's like these three girls, three different personalities who are all trying to get revenge on different people. So it says they have all been hurt by a bully, an ex-friend, and an almost boyfriend. So different people to get back at, and they're all teaming up to get what they want. Next up is this is my favorite series. I literally made 7,000 videos on this series specifically because it's literally my favorite series ever. I love this book. I love this author. I will read anything that this author writes because I just love her books so much. And in retrospect, why did I say retrospect? This is Powerless by Lauren Roberts. Now, I brought down my paperback edition because my hardcover is like under all the other hardcovers. So I was not about to do all that, guys. I was really not about to do all that. But Powerless by Lauren Roberts is a romantasy. Now, I will go ahead and say, if you guys have heard, Powerless is just like Red Queen. Do not believe the liars, okay? Do not believe them. They are two different stories. I've read them. And people may be like, oh, you're biased because you read Powerless first. I'm not biased to nothing. If a book says that it's been copied from another book, I'm going to read the OG book. But I read Powerless. I read Red Queen, and the most I saw were like similarities in scenes. But people are saying that Lauren Roberts plagiarized the entire book, including the plot, and that is not true. The plots for both books are differently. And even Victoria Aveyard's video where she did, we're going to do a deep dive for this, but even her video where she promoted her book made it sound like it was Powerless. They're not the same book. They have 4 pages of similarities max. And Powerless is 10 times larger. Well, not 10 times, but it's larger than Red Queen, which I know that might not mean something to you, but that definitely means that, you know, yeah, Lauren said that these were all just things that she liked in books put into one. Red Queen does not have trials in it. Powerless does. So if you hear people saying that, I think I haven't even read The Hunger Games, but I feel like this would be more like The Hunger Games than it would be Red Queen. Because Red Queen has nothing to do with trials at all, and this circles the entire plot around trials. So please beware when hearing the liars, be like, yo, they're the same book. So, Powerless by Lauren Roberts. It's about a girl named Peyton who actually has no magic, and she never has, and her father does have magic. So he's been training her to be like, yo, you're going to pretend to be a sidekick, because if you don't, you're going to get killed. Because basically, if you don't have magic, you're either banished or you're killed. And usually it's the latter. So she's been training all her life to pretend to be psychic. And one day she shaves Prince Kai, and now she's put into these trials for people with magic. Which, first of all, I don't know what they was expecting this girl to do with or without magic. What am I supposed to do with psychic powers? How am I supposed to fight people in an arena with psychic powers? Like, maybe I could see the next move, sure, but like that don't give me those supernatural abilities like everybody else. Everybody else can duplicate themselves. Come on now. Whatever. Powerless, my baby. I love this book so much. It's my favorite book ever, so I'm recommending it to you right here, right now. And the romance. Kai Azar, the man that he is. Definitely read it. Now, I will say, Reckless was definitely a filler book, but it was necessary for Fearless. I feel like when after reading Fearless, I was like, okay, Reckless made a lot more sense. Because I feel like if we went into Fearless without Reckless, whether regardless that Reckless was a filler book, if we had went into Fearless without Reckless, the entire story would have fallen apart. So trust me, it is a filler book. There's not a lot of it's not heavy fantasy for Reckless, but once you get into Fearless, it's back on that fantasy train in retrospect. So definitely recommend reading the entire trilogy, even if you don't like Reckless, because Reckless is probably my least favorite in the trilogy, but it was necessary in my opinion. Whatever, we're talking about Powerless right now. I own over 15 copies of this book, I believe, and I just ordered 2 more copies. So check my Powerless ranting video. It's gonna be somewhere on screen. Powerless, it's my baby. Please read it. It'll make me so happy. Next up, it's perfect for summer actually. Love and Gelato by Jenna Evans Welch. Now this one, it was so cutesy patootsy. I just loved it. I enjoyed my entire time. Now I will say there's a movie on Netflix. The movie and the book are like 2 different things. They changed up so much. So I do recommend going into the book first before watching the movie, because they are 2 different stories. Honestly, I just feel you know, basically this is about a girl this is about Lena. Sorry, I just said a girl. This is about Lena, who is going all the way back to Italy because her mother has died, and she's going to go stay with her father, who she has never met a day in her life. So now she's staying with her father in Italy, and she's basically just trying to create a new life here in Italy, starting over, everything like that. And I loved it. It was perfect for summer because, once again, Love and Gelato, it takes place in the summer. It's the perfect summer read, trust me. Oh, I like this book a lot. But next up is Date with Danger by Janessa Fayeff, not Fayleth. This is about Amelia and Caleb, and basically, I don't know, basically, it was so cute. It was a perfect, YA read. I read this on my phone back when I had Kindle Unlimited because I had this free trial, and I was like, okay, I'm gonna use it to my best of my abilities. Did I use it a lot? Not really, because I don't like reading on my phone. But this was one of those books that I read while I used that free trial thing. I'm saying I'm acting like I don't know what a free trial is, but this is what I read with my free trial, and I loved this. Honestly, it was so cutesy. So basically, Amelia Quinn has not dated in a long time, and she's back dating. She uses a dating app, but when she gets to the restaurant, she sits with the wrong man, who actually turns out to be a spy, and now she's getting roped into all this FBI agent stuff, which is her dream life. She loves this. She's enjoying herself. She's having so much fun. She's having so much fun with this entire FBI thing, and it was so cutesy. And I love Amelia because she seemed soft, but she had this strong instinct in her as well, and she was great at finding things out. So I was just like, oh wow, great. But she made mistakes, So I was just like, oh, amazing. I love this for us. Oh, this cover is actually ruined to its core, but hashtag murder trending by Gretchen McNeil. I actually read this in my it was Texas, right? Texas vlog. Chapowie. It's on the screen there. I read this while I was on vacation there, and it became my favorite thriller book in just a week. I read this book in about a week, I feel, or less than a week, because I don't know how long the vacation was, but I started it on the plane, got around this much into it, and then I didn't read it again until the second to last night, and I finished it that night. I loved it. What more can you want from me? I love this book. It was amazing. It is. Okay, so basically, it's about Alcatraz. Do you guys know what Alcatraz is? It's like an isolated island where it's like a isolated prison on an island. Oh my goodness. It's basically like that, but instead of it just being a normal hardcore prison for some of the worst people ever, anyone who has been convicted of anything, literally, you could be convicted of jaywalking and you'd be sent to Alcatraz 2.0. You are immediately live streamed and given a character name, and you are live streamed, and so you can see these people watch you either get killed or escape live, and you have to live on Alcatraz 2.0, and there's literally no escape. So it's either you die or you learn to survive every single time they throw a punch at you, and nowhere is safe. Cameras are everywhere, nowhere is safe. So I'm just saying, don't talk about things, because there's no point. We're not gonna be safe anywhere you talk about anything. Next up is the book that actually got me back into reading. This was the first book I read that got me back into reading. I had not read for 2 straight years a book that I genuinely enjoyed that was not for like an assignment until I read this book, and that got me back into reading. Like, this is the first book that got like, you understand what I'm saying. You understand what I'm saying. This is the book that got me back into reading, and it is also why this author was one of my first favorite authors before Lauren Roberts took her place. Still love you though. I will read a lot of things off your backlist because I so yeah. And this book is Check and Mate by Ellie Hazelwood, and come on. I have only showed you one book that in this pile so far that I've actually annotated, which is Powerless, but like I said, my hardcover edition is the one that's annotated. This is my paperback edition because it was the easiest one to grab. But this is one of the very few books that I've actually annotated. Check and Mate by Ellie Hazelwood. So basically, it's about this girl named Mallory who has actually quote unquote retired or given up on the chess world. But one day her best friend is like, yo, can you help me with this chess tournament? And she beats out everybody, including the infamous Nolan. Ooh, help, I just dropped the book. The infamous Nolan Sawyer, who is supposed to be the best chess player ever. And after that, it sparks some kind of, not enemies, but rivalry between the two. But they also help each other out, you know? So it's kind of like, it's rivalry, but it's not rivalry. And it's literally so cute, and I had such a great time. I even reread the book, which, if you guys know me, if you're new here, you don't, but if you guys do know me, I don't reread books, because I'm like, I don't care, I already know what's going to happen if I reread the book, so I don't see the point of rereading. I reread this book in one day. That should tell you everything you need to know, okay? Next up, we're actually going to take something from this pile, because it's low-key kind of annoying me. The Inheritance Games. I just remember giving this book 3 or 4 stars. I don't remember the in-depth of what happened, but I can give you a simple overall synopsis. Basically, this girl named Avery Grams, I wasn't going to say her last name, but I saw it on the back. So Avery Grams is a girl that lives out of her car with her older sister. And one day, she's at school and she gets called to the principal's office, and boom, there's a dude there saying that you've inherited this grand fortune from this mysterious man you've never even met in your life. So they're out here solving puzzles. She gets there, and all the people hate her besides, I want to say, like, one person, because they're all thinking this random girl just came into our life and stole our fortune. Like, that was supposed to be ours. Which, in their defense, I would low-key kind of be mad too, thinking I'm gonna get the fortune, and like this random girl we never even met gets it. I'm just like, wow. She owns the house and everything they live in, bro. Like, telling you. But now they're solving puzzles because apparently the dude that owned the house loved games and puzzles and mysteries, and now they have to solve the mystery on why she was the person who received the fortune. Like I said, I don't remember too much in depth, but just me saying that synopsis once again makes me like be like, yo, I actually really want to go back and reread that book because it low-key sounds really good. But I have the second book, so I need to read the second book. Next up is Help. A Good Ghost Guide to Murder. I know you've probably been like, yo, I've seen this book everywhere, all over Book Talk, BookTube, Bookstagram. It's worth it. The last book, especially. Oh, listen, I thought the first 2 books were good, but then that last book hit like home. Holly Jackson, why do you do these things to us? Anyways, Pippa Fitzimobi has a high school project, and I forgot what it's called. What's it called? It's probably on. It's just called a final project. So she has a final project before in her senior year, and she has to solve. Well, she doesn't have to, but it's supposed to be something knowledgeable. So she decides to solve a murder mystery that was closed years ago. And so she teams up with, so let me just give you full disclosure over this murder mystery. It was about a boy named Sal Singh killing his girlfriend, Andy Bell, and then he committed, after murdering her, and they just left it there because they didn't know what else to do. And so Pip teams up with Ravi, who was Sal's, I want to say, Sal's younger brother, right? I might be tripping. Younger brother, I'm sorry. I might be tripping, guys. It's been a minute. It's been a minute, okay? It's been a minute. But younger brother, and she teams up with him, and basically they try to solve this murder together. Can you tell how hype I am tonight? Listen, I'm an author myself, and I just got off a meeting with my editor, and I just had like the best news ever about my book that comes out July 31st. So I'm like extremely hyped recording this. Yes! Okay, next up is Caraval by Stephanie Garber. Now listen, you probably have heard of the Once Upon a Broken Heart trilogy by Cindy Garber, and that's probably where you've heard this name before. Do not read that before reading this. I haven't even read the Once Upon a Broken Heart series, but thankfully somebody was like, yeah, do not, like, there's so many things that correlate, and especially in the first book, because Jax, there's a character, Jax is the main character of that, who appears in finale, and the reason he does the things he does in Once Upon a Broken Heart correlates, and it spoils the Caraval trilogy for you. So please, if you have not read the Once Upon a Broken Heart trilogy yet, please read Caraval first. It's the trilogy. It's Caraval, um, Caraval, Legendary, Finale, and if you also want to read this novella, which is spectacular, you can. I haven't read it, but I'm going to. I plan on it. But yeah, Caraval is about a girl named Scarlet and her sister Tella, and basically they get invited to Caraval, and they don't have a great home life after their mother disappeared or died or whatever happened to that woman. They literally don't know, and they get invited to Caraval, but their father is like not a good man. So one night, Tella gets kidnapped, and Scarlet goes out to find her, and Tella is rumored to be at Caraval. So now she's entered in the games looking for her sister, and her sister turns out to be the prize of the game. You guys, you know, I should be a saleswoman the way I'm like hyping these books up. I should be a saleswoman for these books. I should. Please hire me. I'm a PR agent too, so please hire me. I'm a PR agent. Hit me up, please, on Instagram. Please. Did y'all see that candle fall? Y'all ain't seen nothing. Y'all ain't seen nothing. The reappearance of Rachel Price. I almost hit my head on like what? I almost hit my head on with this book. Maybe I need to. Maybe that's what needs to happen. This is by Holly Jackson, and basically this is about a girl. I actually, I don't remember the main character's name. I think her name's like Belle. Yeah, it was Belle. Guys, I'm smart. It was Belle. I actually read this a long time ago, and this was probably like one of my least favorites by Holly Jackson, but I still enjoyed it. So that's why I'm recommending it, because like I said, I enjoyed it. It's not the worst. It's not the best, but I'm still recommending it because I enjoyed it. I feel like the only reason I didn't enjoy it was because I've read a lot of Holly Jackson's works, so I kind of saw where this one was going. But I feel like if you haven't read anything by Holly Jackson, definitely read this one because you're not going to see what's going at all. Basically, this one is about Belle, and her mother went missing years ago. Back when she was a toddler, she went missing, and now they're doing a documentary on her mother and her disappearance. And one day, she just reappears, and now the documentary has gone farther into what actually happened to Rachel Price. I should be a sales agent. I really should, cause I'm low key eating this up. I'm hyper right now. I'm so hyper. Oh, this next book is actually a graphic novel. Listen, before I even show you this copy, this was my sister's copy, and she gave it to me. And I have a copy, so why buy another one? Even though this one's like civilian, this copy has been through some stuff. But Huki by I'm not even gonna butcher her name. This copy has been through some stuff. It's seen it all. Um, it's seen it all. I don't even know how to just like. I don't even know how I would like put this in synopsis. Really, everything. It's a graphic novel. Things move fast. I do recommend reading it though. It was enjoyable. Next up is The Summer I Turned Pretty by Jenny Han. Listen, you probably have actually watched the show before you even know this is a book, because if so, me too. Me too. So yeah. Also, now that this is like clear, you probably see the entire like Boys at Home in series. You're probably like, why are you not recommending that? Even though I mentioned these in so many videos about how much I love them, these don't feel YA, and they're in the YA section in the US. So I decided to do some deeper diving, and apparently these are actually rated adult everywhere besides the US. And I was like, oh, that makes a lot of sense because these did not feel YA to me. They're rated adult everywhere besides the US. I don't know why the US does that with our books, because it's like, bro, what? It doesn't make sense, does it? Ooh, please cover that back up. It doesn't make sense, does it? It doesn't. Yeah, but it's rated YA in the US. It's adult everywhere else. So I'm just gonna categorize it as adult, because why are we categorizing adult books as YA? And it's only in the US. US, get your stuff together, please. Please get your stuff together. misled me so hard. And I was like, why are people like validating this? And so many of her books come to find out, all these readers are like everywhere besides the U.S. No wonder. No wonder. Honestly, I can't do this anymore. But it's not my turn, pretty. If you watch the show before reading the books like I did, because I didn't even know there was a book until I saw it somewhere, and I was like, oh, crap. Well, here it is. It's basically about a girl named Belly. Okay, I want to know what this girl's real name is. I forgot her real name because everybody calls her Belly. I think it's Isabella or something like that. But Belly goes to this beach house every single summer with her mom and her brother, and they go to see their family friends. And this girl's got a crush on the same guy since her mom's best friend's son had a crush on him since like they were babies. Conrad. Yeah, it's a love triangle. I will say that. Um, my hair's like tickling my arm. This is not funny. I thought that was a bug crawling on me. Code red. Okay, next up is I'm not gonna do this one. I don't know why this one was in the stack. I think I grabbed the two books at once, but manga. Yeah, that one was a manga. It's by X Family. I don't know I don't know how you guys. I cannot actually. I watched the anime too. I can explain this real quick. It's YA. Basically, Lloyd Ford, whatever. Agent Twilight, because that's what's on the synopsis. Agent Twilight has a special mission where he needs to acquire a wife and a daughter. So what does this man do? He goes to the local orphanage and gets his new daughter Anya. Anya turns out to have what's it? Not telekinesis, but she can read minds, and she can read people's thoughts, and she's just like cutie patootie. So now he acquires his wife, who actually turns out to be a major assassin, and they're all hiding these secrets from each other because nobody knows that he's a spy. Nobody knows that she is actually Anya knows because she can read their mind, but nobody knows that Yor is an assassin, and nobody knows that Anya can read people's minds. And it's actually one of my favorite animes ever. Next up is Monsters We Make by Koi Extension. I need to get the second book because it's up for pre-order right now. I don't think it ships out till August, but I should probably do it because so many people ordered the first volume. It took forever for me to get mine because they were shipping them out like daily, and I still was not getting mine because so many people like. First of all, props to Corey because that in order for me to not get my book after it's supposed to get released just goes to show that so many people were ordering it that they could not keep up with the orders. So props to Corey, and I'm pretty sure within the first month after he announced it, he already had 100,000 sales. So I'm not even mad because I'm just like, whoa, wow. And mind you, all these were pre-orders. So the book wasn't even out yet with pre-orders, but it's okay because I read it. I read it. Monsters We Make by Corey Henshin. Book Jabari, if I say Booker, but Jabari moves to New Eden and goes to New Eden High. And Jabari don't want to listen to nobody. Everybody keep warning him bro, do not try to stand out. Keep yourself low. Keep your profile low. Keep a low profile. He's like, bro, I've been keeping a low profile from all my life. Speak, please. Speak in a coherent sentence for all of my life. So I'm not gonna hold back this time. Well, now he is involved in something he does not want to be involved in. And we basically just see him navigate this with his newfound team. I would say friends, but there's one girl that's not actually the friendliest. Ooh. But it's okay. We love her. Next up, this book actually made me cry so hard. Eleanor and Park by Rainbow Rowell. I cried, and looking back, I remember the page that I cried on. I remember the line that I cried on, and I don't know why I cried, but I did, and it broke my heart. And me and my friend were actually buddy reading this, and she chose this pick. So I remember I was fiercely texting her why would you do this to me? Why would you hurt my feelings? Why would you hurt my heart like this? I was what's the term? I was deflecting on my feelings, and I was like, bro, why would you do this to me? Girl, your reason for crying, it didn't make sense. but it's okay, and I like this so much. I don't even know if, like, okay, Eleanor and Park are like two different people. Park is reserved, he's quiet, but also so is Eleanor. But they have to sit next to each other on the bus every single day. So after a while, they start getting along, and that's when they start getting along. That Park starts to realize that Eleanor is having a really difficult time at home and at school. So it's definitely, once again, for the younger audiences, but I do recommend it. Why does my voice sound so raspy? Well, all of a sudden, I need some water. Some water. I have not had water in 4 hours. I need some. I really do. Now, this book is actually a very popular book that I bought last summer because of how popular it was, and people were saying it was like the ultimate book to make them cry. I did not shed a tear for this book, but it was good. But I did not shed a tear, and it didn't live up to my expectations. But maybe if you cry over a lot of books, this will make you cry. I don't cry over a lot of books. I cried over Powerless. I cried over Eleanor and Park. Any other books up here that I cried over? Oh, I cried over this book, but I can't exactly tell you what this book is because you guys don't see it yet. But I cried over that book. I'll get to that. We'll build that bridge when we cross over there. You've Reached Sam by Dustin Theo. I didn't give a synopsis for Liar's Beach, but that doesn't matter because I don't remember anything that happened in that book. Basically, Julie basically lost her boyfriend Sam, and she has thrown out all his stuff. She's trying to just get rid of the memory of him because she does not want any reminders of him. It breaks her heart. But one day she is really missing him, so she calls his phone, and one day he picks up and he answers, and he's talking to her, and they're having a real life conversation. And what I feel like made this book so emotional to many people was because this book was trying to teach you how to let go. Sam basically the entire time, every single time she called him, was like, bro, you have to let me go. You have to say goodbye. I am in pain, and unless you say goodbye to me and you let me go, I will truly never be at peace. Because even if you think you calling me and talking to me is going to bring me peace, it's not. You have to let me go. Which I feel like it was such a nice message for this book because it's kind of just like some things you have to let go. Some people you have to let go, and it's going to be hard, but you need to get through it. So I definitely think that was the emotional aspect of this book. I just did not cry, but I did enjoy it, and I love the message behind it. Next up is the next book that we have is Excuse Me While I Ugly Cry by 𝙎𝙤𝙘𝙞𝙖𝙡. And basically this is about a girl who writes every single thing in her diary. And this is also another book about letting go of certain things that you just let go of, but she writes everything in this journal. And one day she loses her journal on the bus to this guy, and when she confronts him, he has also lost her journal. So now they have to like form this entire alliance thing and find where her journal is because it holds all of her most important and embarrassing secrets and information in there. Next up is The Obsession. While I do think that this book could have ended better than it did, it was still amazing. Listen, this is about a girl, Delilah. And Delilah has gone through a horrible home life. And one day she accidentally kills her stepdad. And basically Logan has found out about this. But Logan also has the biggest crush on her. So he asks her out. And she's like, oh wow, like you did all this amazingly. And he accidentally slips up admitting that he has been stalking her and knows that she murdered her stepdad. And now he is blackmailing her into a relationship that she does not want to be in. Crazy world we live in. That's all I gotta say about this book. But it was good. I just wish it ended differently. Next up is this one's for my Christian girlies. It's Rendezvous by Poppy. Once again, I don't annotate books. Do y'all see this? I don't annotate books, but I did it to this one, and it was so nice. I learned so much. But basically, it's about Zoe, and she is our local Christian girl. She does the Bible study. She goes to church. She studies her Bible. She gives off the Christian girl energy, and her best friend Everett, who is an atheist, is also the guy that she likes, but she is distancing herself because she does not want to change her views for a guy. And basically, he leans into the world of Christianity just to be with her, and he also finds a sense of peace. I love it. I love it so much. Please read it. Please read it. It will make my day. It will literally make my day. Next up is the book that I cried over. if he had been with me, which I actually don't know why I cried over this book because it literally tells us what happens in the beginning, but I still cried over it at the end. It literally spoils the ending for us in the beginning, but I still cried over it in the end. I don't know why, but basically it's about Autumn and Finn, and Autumn and Finn used to be like the best of friends until one day something just changed after an incident, and now they live two completely separate lives. Well, Finn hangs out with the popular crowd, and Autumn hangs out with the geeks, and it's a really emotional story. I will say there are tons of trigger warnings. So please do your research on trigger warnings before getting into this book because it's dark and there are trigger warnings. Next up is Light Lark by Alex Astor, which I like this one. Maybe because I liked Powerless and people said this was like similar to Powerless. I like this a lot. Not better than Powerless, but I still liked it. I do recommend it. And basically it's about Light Lark. There's a dog barking outside of my house and he is loud. But I know you guys can't hear him because I have the mic, but it's really distracting me. It's throwing me off track because I get distracted so easily, but whatever. Basically, Light Lark is an island that comes every, millennia? Every 100 years. So, Light Lark appears every 100 years for a set of trials for all of the um, kings and queens of the island to participate in, and basically they have to kill somebody off to stop one of the curses that is going on, and it breaks the curses for that. I don't know if it's for that island or for everybody. I don't remember, but it breaks the curse. And basically, it's about Isla, and it's also a love triangle. Also, if you guys have actually read the series, I have a reading vlog for this entire trilogy, so it's gonna be somewhere here on the video. But yeah, yeah. Okay, maybe don't hire me to talk about your books because now I'm starting to go a little confused. I don't know what to talk about. And the last book we have, which actually it's a shame that it's at the very bottom, is actually The Cruel Prince by Holly Black, which I will say so many people are actually misled by this book because people try to make it seem like it's a romance. It's not. I mean, there's romance in like the last 50 pages, but this book is high fantasy, high politics. So if that's not what you like, then I recommend not going to this book. But if you like, that kind of stuff, then I definitely recommend it. The reminder, the romance does not come to like the last 50 pages. They are false advertising to you. It's not a heavy on the romance book. So if you don't like romance that much, I definitely recommend The Cool Prince. But if you do like romance, I do think you should still give it a try, but it's not heavy on the romance, and you're not gonna find much there. You're not gonna find much there. So yeah. Anyways, that is all for today's video. Hope you guys all enjoyed it so much. I had so much fun filming this. I literally was like, okay, I have to like pick out this book, this book, this book, this book. I just been trying to be so consistent for you guys this month, and I really hope that I'm fulfilling that the best way possible. If there's any certain content you guys want to see me do in the description, let me know down below so I can, because I make a planner of the videos I want to make and post. So if that's something you want me to add to my planner to be posted, then let me know in the description down below because I would love to make that kind of video. Don't forget to join the Facebook book club because this month we're actually reading The Rose Bargain by Sasha Payton Smith, and right now I'm actually enjoying myself a lot reading it. And don't forget to join this Discord server so you guys can also participate in the book club if you guys don't have Fable, but you guys can also interact with me and also other fellow book lovers. It is so sweet to meet all of you guys and talk to you guys on the daily because it's so much fun. So please join the Discord server because we have so much fun over there. And yeah, that's about it. Make sure you guys follow me on Instagram because like I said at the beginning of this video, I am an author and I would love to see you guys over there on my Instagram to keep up with updates because once again my book comes out July 31st this year. It's a YA clean fantasy book, so if you guys are looking for something that's high stakes and fantasy and everything like that, it's a mystery. There's a mystery to be solved. I will say there's no romance, but it's okay. If you guys like the high stakes, if you guys like the mystery, and you guys like YA and it's clean, there's no swearing at all, I do recommend reading this book. Anyways, so that's all for today's video. I hope you guys will enjoy it. Make sure you guys like, subscribe, and notifications so you guys never ever miss a video. Made out kisses, mwah, made out, and goodbye.